Hey guys, so there was a time when I didn't think I'd ever walk again. So I'm going to share with you a story. But this isn't a story about giving up. It's a story about rising up. And amongst all the fighting and setbacks and doubt, and finding the motivation in the most unlikeliest place, K-State, amongst all that, this isn't a comeback story. It's more about my Wildcat victory. There was a moment in my life when I truly believed it was the end. I was lying in a hospital bed, hooked up to machines, in the ICU, recovering from multiple surgeries. There was talk of possible amputation. My blood pressure was out of control, I couldn't move without pain, and for the first time in my life, I didn't know if I had the strength to keep going. I felt defeated, and I was ready to give up. But love has a way of fighting for you, when you forget how to fight for yourself. My wife, she never left my side. She slept in a chair beside me, night after night. She held my hand when I was at my lowest. She reminded me, without saying a word, that I still had something to live for. Her presence was my anchor. Her strength became mine. Then there were these individuals, Joseph, Ramel, and Brittany, healthcare workers who showed me what persistence and compassion really look like. They never let up. They pushed me when I was too tired, too broken. They treated me like I was worth saving. I didn't just thank them. I find myself silently thanking the people who taught them, the instructors, the educators who helped mold someone capable of that care. That moment changed everything for me. I realized that behind every life saved, there's a teacher who once sparked a light. While I was fighting for my own life, my son was starting his first year of college. I wasn't there to send him off. I wasn't there for his orientation or wish him good luck on his first day. And that broke me. But it also woke something up. If he could take a leap forward, maybe I could too. Maybe I wasn't done yet. I just kept thinking back to a time that brought me joy. When I coached 5th and 6th graders in football back in 2017 and 2018. Those kids gave me purpose. Their energy, their trust, their potential, it lit something in me that I never forgot. And in my darkest moment, it came rushing back. One day, while I was there lying in my hospital bed miserable, I came across the story of Coach Bill Snyder and the Miracle in Manhattan. I saw how he didn't just rebuild a football team. He rebuilt a culture. He changed a town. And then I asked myself, if one man can do that, why can't I change just one thing in my life? Why can't I get up and just try again? After I was discharged, I wore a K-State shirt to a follow-up appointment. My nurse's face lit up. She was an alum. That smile, that Wildcat pride, it hit me. I went back home and looked up the university. At first I thought about just donating. Then I saw the Apply Now button. I hesitated because I remembered my grades from high school. I remember all the rejection letters. I told my son, and he said something I'll never forget. What would it hurt to try? The worst they'll say is no, right? But at least you tried. So I did, and to my surprise, Kansas State said yes. Now, as I continue my service as a police officer in Texas for these last 10 years, I embrace being an EdCat with the College of Education Online. I carry every piece of my journey with me, the pain, the fear, the hope, the love. I think about those healthcare workers. I think about my wife in that hospital chair. I think about my son who walking onto the college campus alone. I think about the kids I once coached, and I think about the students I'll someday teach. So I chose Kansas State because it inspired me when I needed it most. I chose education because I wanted to be the reason someone else doesn't give up. I'm not just here to earn a degree. I'm here to answer a calling, and I'm not done yet.